Hey, y'all, welcome back to our weekly tarot advice. And I hope that this December is treating you well. So far, I'd love to hear how the weather is where you are. Lots of places have been getting snow for a while now. And I got my little kind of spirit goddess here out, and you'll see her all through the rest of December because she just feels so Christmassy. So, anywho, let's give these one last little shuffle and let's see what we've got going on this week. All right, so let's start with how can we show up for ourselves this week? And here we have the Knight of Swords. It's a good way to start. Next, we have how can we connect to spirits? And we have the Empress. That feels lovely. Next, we have what actions will move us forward. Here we have the Magician. All right, December, I'll see you. Next, we have how can we better communicate this week? We've got the Six of Cups. And then how can we build more happiness? We've got the World card. All right, this week can't help but feel good. Next up, what will strengthen love this week? Okay, Queen of Wands. And lastly, what will support growth in our business or personal work this week? All right, High Priestess. This feels really, really lovely this week. This is also lots of big energy here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards this week. And this feels like lots of feminine energy. A couple of weeks ago, we had lots of masculine energy. This week feels like a very feminine, energy heavy week. It feels very, I'm going to use the word transformative. I also am thinking about kind of rebirth, and I'm thinking about opportunities for really beautiful connections, especially connections to spirit this week. So when we think about here we have kind of our core three. And so when you think about, where you are and how you're moving, you're really taking charge of your life this week. And you're doing that in very nurturing, again, feminine energy, very receptive ways, right? You're building community from the inside out, kind of feels like here. And you're doing that because you're really confident that you can, that you have all the tools necessary. When we look across as far as our communication and our happiness, this is really like generational conversation, connecting to our past and seeing how that builds on our future and how that helps us to come full circle, right? See that for ourselves. And then when we look here for, love and business, again, this is very taking charge, being a leader from a very community oriented place and building that, helping to grow that, using your intuition to really focus in on rebuilding that needs that kind of intuitive attention. So this feels really, really beautiful this week. So let's get started right here in the middle with how can we show up for ourselves this week? And we have here the Knight of Swords. So this is completely taking charge of your life, of the ways that you're communicating, of the ways that you are thinking about how to move forward in your life. This is the opportunity to show up in a very hoorah energy. I don't know why I have this image of a Marine kind of taking charge, but this is very much you know what? I'm not going to let anything stop me. I'm not going to slow down. I'm really going to show up for myself big this week. And I think if you do that, if you take this energy and take those actions and take that strength of being able to push forward, I think you're going to see some big changes this week that are going to feel really good. Next, we have how can we connect to spirit? And here we have the Empress. This is that comfortable mother energy. This is about creation. This is about allowing your feminine energy of being receptive and pulling people and strength inwards versus forcing it out. This is allowing yourself to connect to spirit, to connect to a higher power, to your intuition in a very easy, comfortable, like warm hug this week. Allowing yourself to really shine from the inside out. That is the way that spirit is going to reward you and recognize who you are and what you're trying to create. Next, we have what actions will move us forward. And here we have the Magician. The Magician is about recognizing that you have all the gifts, all the skills, everything necessary to be freaking amazing, and using all of your talents, all of your skills, not being afraid of your gifts, using them to move yourself forward, looking around and, putting all your cards on the table and saying, this is who I am, this is what I have to offer, and really putting yourself out there this week is going to help you so much. Next, we have how can we better communicate this week? And here we have the Six of Cups. This feels, sixes are often about problem solving, but this really is about opening yourself up to the possibilities of learning from the past, whether it's your past, whether it's from your ancestors, generationally. Think about the lessons that you have learned or that have been passed down or that you feel in your bones. Taking all of that, all of those lessons, all of that knowledge, and moving that forward, sharing it with other people in a way that feels very cooperative, that feels very much about building for the future. So really, if you have another generation of people to be around, whether it's older than you or younger than you, spend a little time with them this week and get all the lessons you can to move forward. Next up, we have how can we build more happiness? And here we have the World card. And this is the end of the cycle. This is the way that we're able to show up after we have learned all of the lessons and learned that things are going to go bad, things are going to go good, but at the end of the day, I'm still here showing up in amazing ways, and finding the joys in learning the lessons is a very Sagittarius energy. It's very much about learning more so that you can embrace more, so that you can continue to learn more, right? This entire cycle of moving forward is what's going to make you stronger this week. Next, we have what will strengthen love this week. And here we have the Queen of Wands. This is about building community, actively building community around you. Being the one to show up and say, you know what? I'm not going to wait around for somebody else to either love me or appreciate me or show up for me. I'm going to do that for me, and I'm going to do it for other people so that they can see what it feels like to be loved in beautiful ways. Don't wait around. Do it for yourself. Take charge. Love yourself. Love others. Be the change you want to see in the world, if you will. Lastly, we have what will support growth in our business or personal work. And here we have the High Priestess. And this is about connecting to intuition, right? As you're thinking about how can I grow my business? Or how can I really change who I am, the things that I know I need to work more on? Where do I start? Connect to intuition to find those answers. Whether it's, checking in with tarot or oracle cards or journaling or sitting and meditating, you have the opportunity, you have the answers to help you. You just have to sit and ask the questions and then listen for the responses, listen for the answers. And that may be something I can help you with. If so, let me know. But this is about your ability to make change when you listen to that higher power, when you listen to that connection that you have to spirit, to the divine, to that which is bigger than you. Once you are able to do that, you can start something new, you can help to grow something new, and you have all of the knowledge and skill set that you need to really be amazing. So that's it this week. This feels so beautiful, so wonderful, so warm and inviting. And again, I'm going to use the word transformative. So let me know what you think and stay magical, y'all.